So we're filming another excursion, and I'm kind of winded because we're already been walking uphill, as you can see. So we're actually gonna go check out one of the local churches. Ethiopia is one of the largest Orthodox communities in the world. They have about, I don't know how accurate this is, but I was researching online and found out that they have about 115 churches, and I think that's just Orthodox churches. Now I want you guys to check out where we're walking. So the one we're walking to now, it's a huge church. I've seen it before. Sorry about me being winded. Not in the best shape, and high altitude. Walking uphill, it doesn't help. But this church was started about, I think it was maybe 30 years ago, 32 years ago, maybe more. Salam. So yeah, you know, it's important to look at the churches around here, at least I think so, because you get a good sense of the culture. You also get an idea how much time and investment goes into building these churches, just the scale of it and how beautiful they are. Now this country is very religious. The majority of the people in this country are Orthodox Christians, followed by Muslims. After that it's Protestant, and those are the three largest religious groups here. But as far as the churches go, the ones that I've seen that are the most impressive, and maybe I just haven't been here long enough, are definitely the Orthodox churches. So you guys will get a look into one of the nearby ones, just because its location and how close we are to it. Even though it seems like it's a work to get to, because the entire way to it is uphill, and I guess it'd be easier for me if I was in better shape. But going uphill, stone floors, rock floors, doesn't make it easy. Alright, so just taking a quick pit stop at kind of a flat surface, just so you guys can see this. So I was told that, not that you can see all that much, but any construction you see, houses, roads, none of this existed 7 years ago, so all this is fairly new. Something interesting about the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is that I found out today there's actually a holiday every single day of the year, so 365 days, or sometimes 366 days depending on the year. And they have 13 months, and the last month sometimes is 5, sometimes it's 6 days. Today I was asking around, and because it's not a very celebrated holiday, or rare if anybody does, nobody really knew what it was called. So I was just told and I would have probably found this out if I did better research, but every month is 30 days here. And I just want you guys to check out this beautiful, enormous church. Bigger than anything I've ever seen before. This is the surroundings to the church. I think there's some people over there praying. So I was being told earlier that a lot of times when they decide on which churches will be built, they announce it on certain holidays. They say where it's going to be built, the name, and then everybody does, mainly the priests, do fundraising for the churches to make sure it gets built, which is why sometimes it takes so long to build these churches. I feel like I'm walking towards something from ancient times. So the gentleman coming here is traditionally how people dress when they come to church, and all in white. Salam. Salam. So these places of worship are very important to Orthodox Ethiopian Christians. They were explaining that whenever the churches are complete, they get to, well, aside from being able to come and worship and gather, pray, if anybody ever gets sick, like let's say your child gets sick, you can bring them to the church and make a declaration that if your child gets well due to the church's ability to provide, you know, what comes from faith and prayer and gathering with those of your congregation. Some people stand up at the podium and say how much or promise to give back to the church to make sure it's something that is kept up for the people, so you can make a I guess a donation. You do so, you know, once your child is healed. That's what I understood. I might be getting some of it wrong, but that's the gist of what I got. This is just, I love this kind of stuff. It's beautiful. It's the pillars, the shapes. So I guess it's not finished. They're continuing to add more to the church, but as is, I think it's pretty amazing. And this is, I think, the current church where people meet. I know I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but the scaffolding is something scary just to look at. Imagine being up there, and that's pretty common across Ethiopia. Hello. Look at that. So this is the new church that's being built. And this is the one that's been existing for, so I was wrong a little bit earlier. This is the one that's everybody comes to pray to and get together at. So this is the one that's been here for over 30 years, and this is a brand new one that's being worked on for about 2 or 3 years. Every day, most nights I guess, at 5 or 6 p.m. people gather here with the priest. So it's both for the people and for the priests in training to have a small sermon, sing Christian songs. So, but we're walking a different direction just so you guys can see the city, the town from up above. And all these are just little shops. They sell coffee, cut hair, whatever you guys need. It's you know, like little convenience stores. You can get something to eat. So you can pretty much do anything if you're just walking down the street. Is cut your hair, eat, drink coffee, whatever needs to be done. So pretty convenient. Most places are like that. So I've only been down this place maybe twice. But there's also places you can play. There's places you can play pool, I think. There's everything here. I think it's this way. No, this isn't the way. I thought I was getting us lost. We just walked past. So this plant, I think it's a tea tree leaf. This one is very important in Ethiopian culture and medicine. This is what they use, and I was actually, from experience, can say it works. This is what they use to cure things like cold, anything with the sinuses. It's amazing. And this is just my experience. It cured me in 24 hours. So they boil it, they let you inhale the steam for a couple minutes, and then as soon as you're done inhaling all that steam, you go to sleep fully covered, blankets over your head if possible. And then in the morning I felt 100%. So I'm actually going to collect some of this so we can use it back home. My daughter's having a bit of a cold, so we'll see if we can help her with this. I'm gonna harvest some, get some for the house. So this is the plant right here. Strong scent. I don't know if you guys can hear the background, but that's the music from the Orthodox Church. That's why you need hiking shoes.
She's collecting the dry plants so she can sell it.
Sorry about that, guys. I got a little emotional remembering an old friend. He was the first to bring me here to collect this leaf when I was sick. So things got real for a bit. No, I was just saying earlier that the first time I was here, 2021, that good friend of the family, well, I'm sorry, my daughter's, one of their uncle, one of the oldest uncles in the family, who recently passed away, When I got really sick the first time I came, he actually came up here with me to collect some of the baharsaf plant, which is the one that I said helps you, get over any cold or just any, that kind of illness. And I was remembering what he was telling me when I was up here. Even though we didn't speak the same language, he was gesturing and kind of getting the message across of how you collect it, how much of it you need, and all that came back. He was an amazing human being, strong, the strongest old man I've ever seen in my life. Funny, never saw him with a frown, always smiling, laughing. Amazing human being. And all that came to mind when I started picking those leaves. So it was, got emotional, sad, but it was a good feeling just to remember him taking me back. But these videos are about how important Ethiopia is to me, how it's changed me, what it means to me. So I'm not gonna shy away or turn away from you guys when the rest of the real emotions come through, aside from the happy ones and the joy and laughter and everything. In so few years there's been a big bond created with the people, the family, the culture, and the country as a whole. So you'll see all of it, and I'll try to push myself to make sure I stay true to what this means to me and the real emotions behind it. So the realness of it. These trees, my favorite to walk by. These eucalyptus trees, I'm not sure if it's 100% true, but they were planted by the organization that established or runs the French embassy. They were put here to help the ecosystem, make sure to conserve what was here, the wildlife. They also brought, I think, native plants from other parts of the city, other parts of the region, so they can thrive. But I just like looking at them. That back there, that huge green forest, is another thing I love to look at when I'm walking down the neighborhood or just step outside to the patio. This is one thing I really like about the houses here. Covered in a bunch of plants, beautiful trees, flowers. So this is a milling house. I don't know if that's what you call it, but this is where they grind all your grains, wheat, make it into fine powders so you can make things like injera. So it's kind of dark and I know you can't see my face that well, but this is the end of this one, and we'll be putting some more videos up, things to come. All right, have a great one.